What's happening, kids? 1, 2, 3. That's a bit better. There we go. I think the key with this speed of track is to know your limits in terms of like how fast you can pick on a guitar. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you had a good weekend. This is a C minor, and then it goes to... fancy. Might as well just lay that down. Trying to see what kind of results I can get with the guitar in today's stream. So let's figure it out. If you're new to the stream, I make music templates and I release them via Patreon, and I give away a lot of stuff for free. Check out the link in the YouTube description. I show up here every weekday, 2 p.m. UTC. So join in. Just that's a lot of buzz. I think it's been like double amplified by the mics going on in this room. Okay, I'm going to turn off that over there. Should chill it out a bit. And then let's just get that intro lick. That buzz is really annoying though, huh? It's definitely something to do with the pickups on this guitar. So anyway, let's figure that out as we go. Yeah, I had a good weekend. I hope you did too. So if you wanted to play a guessing game, you could guess what piece of music this is supposed to be a sort of sound-alike copy of, and the answer is Mortal Kombat, the original 90s Mortal Kombat. So I'm giving that a crack. It's got like nice pace, nice action. If you just joined the chat, drop a message. Let me know what you're up to today. I enjoy chatting to people while I work. Let's get rid of this Rhodes patch, no need for it. Let's lay down some piano just for fun. This is in G minor. No piano coming out, it's -2. I like that. Let's try this again. Let's double up on the pads there. I'm going to take the input from the pads into, the stabs into the piano. So let's take that from stabs, hear how it sounds. Here we go. That's nice. That sounds very corny and old. I love it. That's good, but just a little bit too high. differently then. Instead of taking that intro lick from the stabs, I'm going to rather just copy it over. That sounds great, yeah, that's a good patch. And then for this other section, we'll just add something other than the stabs. We're not going to copy it directly is what I'm saying. Era of early game music, there wasn't a lot of nuance in the music because MIDI was much more limited, so you didn't have this kind of like polyphony. Like there wasn't a lot of like ability to go like loud and soft like that. So what I'm going to try and do now is, in imitating this old style, I'm going to remove some of that flexibility. So watch this. Let's go starting with taking out the delay. I do like the delay, but let's maybe just turn it off over here, and we'll just leave it off for now. And then I know the stabs come in again here, so we'll have to copy that up there. That's a big hold there, and then that's where we don't want. Okay, so we're going making some editorial decisions here. The piano only plays when the lead hook plays. It only mimics the stabs lead when the stabs lead is playing, and then the rest of the time we can actually just drop it out, or we can find something else to do with it, like this. 2, 3, 4. What I'm doing here on the left hand is just here. Yeah, there we go. That's it. That's all it takes. Just one little low brooding sound. 2. Let's do it with a click, please. 1, 2. So with a click, please. There we go. Just want to make sure. Yeah, there we go. Cool. All right. So I'm just recording a piano patch here, making it nice. One nice long low bong sound as we go. Here we go. Ominous. And just hold that, yeah. And bring it in again here. Cool. Just to make sure it's exactly in time, I'm gonna quantize it. So there we go. We've got a nice long clip, and let's just cut that, make it its own clip, and we can loop it so that we don't have to redo it every time. Cool. Alright, making some Mortal Kombat music here. Here's how it sounds so far. Okay, looks like I missed the kickoff point there. That needs to be quantized, please. 100%. Great. Now we can also take the overall piano volume down. I normally leave the mixing until the final stages, but let's just get it right in our ears while we work. Cool. There we go. Still a bit loud. Taking it down to -12. Cool. And the intro too. There. It serves as a nice kind of background to the main lead pad. Okay, and boom. Actually what we need now is like a house loop. Let's just see how it sounds if we find a stock standard 90s house loop and just add that in. I know that Reason has quite a lot of them, these kind of nice sounding loops. Acid house, yeah, that's the kind of genre that we're looking for here. That's too funky. Alright, you can't actually hear the patches that I'm browsing at the moment, but I'm looking for a house loop. Let's see if I can find it. Just turns out searching house has a lot of results. I'm also looking for something in a suitably fast time frame, because I mean most of these loops that I'm looking at now are like 120 to 130, which is house tempo, but I'm actually running this track at 158, so we might have some problems with warping and quality. But that's okay, and no problem I can fix. It's too techno, too minimal. Okay. Other option is we could try and find some and this is the type of thing we're going for here. Let's add that sample, take the volume down by infinity, because these vengeance samples are super loud. No, what we want is this. No, and yes, I also wanted to experiment with playing the kit as a house kit, as the house beats, changing this whole thing to a house beat basically. That's way too fast and ugly, and that's not the right time interval. This is now double triggering for some reason. Maybe it's because we got two kicks. Alright, I'm editing the wrong thing. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. If we're doing Mortal Kombat, which I'm trying to do, then we have to stick to the script, and in this case the script is a house beat, which sounds like it's from the 90s. Yeah, I mean that's it's fast and corny, but let's give it a bash. Now we're going to try this. I mean that's lovely because it's so... No. Let's try it to there. That's cool. Amp sounds like a vacuum cleaner. Okay, what if we just added a... Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to add a filter to this and take it just the top half of it. So we start with three, four, one, and this kicks off. Could be a bit faster. Should we take it down to 152? Crash over there. So this can be one iteration over here. I'm gonna just loop that out. I'm losing this rhythm over here. Yeah, okay, that can be the break rhythm. So this over here is just simple. We want the crash in the start of every one of these. Boom. There we go. Three, four. Okay, so this actually only comes in the second time around. Snare over there too, so the second iteration is going to be with snare. We might as well just keep the snare in the original one and then unmute it. So let's get snare open, and we do want it in this 1, 2. That's cool, except let's edit the snare to just remove one of the snare patches, which is this. I need a very old sounding snare. I think that's been downshifted a little bit. Let's upshift it. I don't think it's the right snare. That's also been shifted, I think. Let's see the mute transposition. No, it's right. Okay, let's just start hunting for a different snare then. I think there is this is a well-used 80s snare that I've used it before. Let's just try this guy here. What are you up to today? Drop me a message in the chat. I enjoy chatting to people while I work. If you're new to the channel, check out the link in the description for the free download. I release Ableton templates, which are basically free to use. You can use them, remix them, have fun learning how I do my projects on them, and yeah, get supercharge your Ableton journey. I don't think that's the right one, actually. Let's listen to the reference track. Okay. Snare I'm looking for is sounding something like this. Let's hear that. No. We don't want that. Snare. Take this up and just pump up the transposition so it's nice and hyperactive, and then we'll take the clap and do the same. Just like 5 different claps in here. That's not too bad, that sounds a bit hyper. Okay, maybe the wrong balance, but getting there. Maybe just a hit with the maracas like that. I've got all this stuff. So many chains here. Really lost in the mix. mix actually of the original song. The snare it sat quite in the middle of the rest of the beat, so not really feeling this. I want the rest of this passage to also have 2, 3, 4. That's nice. Oh yes, and then we mute it here anyway, so it doesn't matter if it's not gelling in the standalone portion. In this beginning section we don't actually hear the snare, so we're going to mute the snarissimo just for this beginning part. Okay. Okay, what we do need is some Eastern Oriental ethnic instruments sounding things, so maybe like claves or wood claps, wood blocks, something like that. That's not strictly speaking Eastern Oriental, but just, you know, the idea of like basic instruments being triggered. I think there might actually be some in the 707. Let's go and find them. Maracas, clave. Oh man, this thing is so high and out of place. Stick it down there and stick it down there. Okay, where are we? I like that. That's kind of what I'm going for. So. Okay, that's too digital though. We do need an actual sample of wood. Or maybe, yeah, maybe even a woodwind instrument, like woo, like a shakakuchi, what's the name of that flute? That's one. That's a good one over there. Let's try that. And then let's get a nice fat delay on that. Just get a kind of a. Yeah, that kind of thing. Ping pong. Let's get a little bit of that, and then we also want to get the whole thing maybe pitched down a touch. That's it. Now we're talking about like welcome to the dojo type vibes. Alright. Okay, I'm just going to add that as a texture. So let's get in there with the recording. I think it was a D, yeah. Good. So that spells out a little bit of the Eastern vibe that I'm going for here. Now I'm actually going to look for a shakakuchi, shakakuchi, paper shaker, shakers. No, we're looking for a flute. In case you're interested in what I'm doing, yeah, that's a nice sound there. Let's add that as a crash. We're going to add it to this one over here. Okay, I'm actually tempted now to, it's called Bidon Shaker 15. Let's get a drum rack up and add what can only be called ethnic percussion. And I'd actually like to take this wood block that I just added to the kit, and I'd like to redo it so that it's part of ethnic percussion. I think it started. Okay, let's get that up so it's into the. Where is it? There it is, cool. Want it over there. That's it, cool. That went pretty quickly. Alright, Bidon, let's get those back. What I'm aiming to do here, if you've just joined or you're just, you know, figuring out what's going on, I am making a collection of ethnic percussion instruments to add to this Mortal Kombat sound-alike track. And I just want one or two kind of cymbals and shakers and crashes and things. These could be quite useful for later. You don't want to overdo it with this old kind of music too, this old 90s stuff, because at the time it wasn't sort of standard operating procedure to have like 5 or 6 different samples of an instrument. That you would just be using the one sample again and again. What's more typical is for a sample to be transposed up and down, so same sample. But right now as a producer you would want to avoid, for example, having the same tambourine hit playing like 16 times in a bar, because it sounds like a machine gun. But in the old days, before they had access to more, bigger sample libraries, that would have maybe been the case. So if you want to make your music sound old, then you could go ahead with those kind of like forbidden practices. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that as a very light touch over here, so let's go for it. 1. Good. So we've got 2 sets of drums going here. One is the techno beat and the other one is this ethnic percussion, and I want them to kind of play against each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a little touch of it in the background, you can hear it. Good. Take it down even more. So the Patron shaker, this one over here, is going to be lower. Let's take it down to 18. And the wood can also come down in volume because it's sounding a bit too much. And then what I'm actually looking for is a flute sample, but like an ethnic flute. Yeah, this type of thing. Let's just clean up this project a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of all this stuff. Bass, we've got enough basses. We've got the same bass over here, I think. Yeah, it's the same one. Tambo is just an audio track, and I can pull that from a previous project too, so that's fine. Hats, MIDI, hats, snare, all this stuff. What is the snare, by the way? Which one is this? It doesn't even have an instrument in it. So let's Z all of this. Just clean up the project a little bit. I'm going to black track the sampler so I don't have to think of it as a real thing. Hats can be deleted. Save the project. And stuff we're not really using at the moment is the DR220. We can leave that out. Guitars we're off at the moment. I'm just kind of cleaning up. Okay, this one over here is the loop. Cool. And cool, I think we're getting there. Okay, working on this ethnic percussion, and what I was looking for was a flute. So let's see what nasal flute sounds like. Maybe a bit... not really what I'm going for. I'm looking for more like a sample. That's quite nice. I just heard a very nice sample. Let's try it out. And stick this going to the pre-master. Volume down. It's a bit... I mean, if I had a wooden flute, I might record something myself. Almost like the Mandalorian soundtrack, you know? I might have heard this one before. Synthesized flutes. Not the best sounding. Okay, what about shaka? Shaker, no, I'm not looking for shakers. Shakahuchi, is it called Shakahuchi? Cool, music of Africa. Oh, this is an entire recorded. Oh, that's that one. Okay, yeah, these I've seen. Okay, cool. So I've seen those all before. So let's just try it with a an Ableton flute. I'm gonna just try and come up with a pipe or recorder or something. Recorder, have I done that kind of thing? Recorded vinyl, vocal chants. No. Okay, just searching around for something that's appropriate to this. Winds, maybe winds. Patches. Ancient wind song. What is this? I think this is one of. Not really what I'm going for. There is a very specific thing that I'm going for. I'm not just screwing around. Wind lead. Yeah, I'm kind of looking for a wind patch. Wind up wind machine, windy chorus. Can we just get some sample playback here, please? And what we're looking for today, kids, is not a bunch of JPEGs. That's apparently what I'm finding. I'm looking for Ableton devices that can play a nice Eastern sounding wind. Okay, that's not working. And let's get over to basic wind lead. This should come packed in with each new instance of Ableton. This might be what I'm looking for. It's just a bit what I could also do is just get a contact instrument open and then try and get something myself, like basically record a little part from the more sophisticated libraries that you find with contacts, and then just bounce it down so it's not a prerequisite for you to have these libraries. That's part of the idea of all these packs that I release. They're self-contained, so you don't really need to have the libraries. You basically download the pack and everything's included. No missing samples, no missing VSTs, nothing like that. Let's see how this sounds. It's not quite the windy sound that I'm after. I'm after more of a wooden wind sounding flute. I think there might be one under India. So let's go with melodic. And I think bansuri is a type of flute, isn't it? Let's check it out. And half the fun of this is just, noodling around and finding different... There we go, that's what I'm after. That's what I'm after. Okay, right, let's get a sample recorded from the India series over here and make sure that it's available. So we're in C minor. Cool, that's all we need. Like just something like that. We can screw with it as we go. So let's go straight into so there's a just do a couple of just record as we go. 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, let's try those two as starting points for it. Now I've got to fine tune them to make sure that they don't sound too bansuri. No, we just need the bansuri. Reverb up. Definitely need some reverb. We'll add hybrid reverb to this. Try it again. Here we go. Much nicer, and boost the size. Good. Let's take just the mids and the lows. Good. And just kind of tweaking the... there we go. This library is quite cool, actually. Check it out. So you can select how fast or slow you want the ornaments. The ornaments are those little notes that when you're playing two notes really quickly, that sounds like do, do, do. It sounds like distinct separation of notes, but when you select fast, it becomes just like a little an ornament, just a little accent. So let's leave it there. Sound preset, I definitely want something more old. Sounds like it should sound grainy. Yes. Now can we do a pitch bend on that? Because I'm sure that bending is part of this. I'm not going to do much more on that. Let's get a bend. There we go. Bend it down. Okay, and now we're going to move the bend across and just kind of oops, undid everything instead of this. 3, 4, here we go. No, the bend is just a little bit too slow. Let's speed it up a bit. There we go. That's what I'm going for. And can we undo that, please? That's the first passage, or the first little phrase, should I say. So first phrase for the flute bend. It could actually just be a little bit shorter too. 1, 2, 3. Good. And now we want that passage to be where it was, but just start the bend sooner and end it. Good. Next one. I think I screwed up the oh yeah, firstly the pitch has to come back up. So let's take all of this and zing it back up there. Thank you. Good. Okay, so what are we doing, kids? I am putting together an Ableton Live template download. It'll be a free download available at the end of this month. And this is particularly got some 80s vibes to it, 80s sounds. This is for those kind of Fong Kong type of, you know, rip-off movies, like 80s action movies where they've got, like, you know, the hero fighting in the rain in Chinatown. This might be one of those moments in your game or moments in your video that you want to use this for. So first things first, I am going to just get the resample track open and rename it flute. So we've got a flute sample coming up here. And I want it to be caps. And then we can enable that, and we should have it. There we go, good. So I'm going to record this entire passage, starting here and ending when it ends. Here we go. A little bit of a bend at the bottom there. And reverb should be done by there. Great, we've got a flute. Yay! That was surprisingly painless, even though it did take a while. So now I've got the exact thing that I'm looking for. That's the main thing here. I've got the exact sound. I crafted it because I am acting quite the artist. Okay, now that that's done, we can actually just Z that, and let's get up on over to the rest of the track and hear how this sounds in the mix. Okay. Okay, so I think we could time that better. Okay, it looks like I've got something missing here. just zonked the amount down by like 20 dB. Let's take that back to 0, and we'll take these guys down to minus 18 dB. That's what I'm going to go for. That's good. Now, percussion ethnic is not quite sounding like I want it to. It's a little bit too low. Okay, let's try this out. Let's just take this from a little bar before. 3, 4, 1, 2. That's better. Okay, and I also want these two guys, dun, dun, to be there. And come up a little bit in volume. Cool, we can hear them a little bit better. Cool. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Good. Alright. How about taking this one back in time and making it announce the flute somewhat? Yes, I like that. So this one gets first. Good. Okay, let's take it up in volume, hear it more. Okay, this can come up in volume. Let's take it up to 6, make it a feature rather than hiding it away. And one other thing I want to do is just get the wood sample down a little bit too, or somehow not as present. Just a little bit of a hint, you know, just a hint of the wood sample. Okay, let's take it from the top. I just want to hear this out, give it some feel, give it the feels. And if you've just joined, we're making, well, I'm making, me and my little friends in my head are making a Mortal Kombat sound-alike, or something inspired by, you know, those 80s movies where the heroes are like fighting in the rain in Chinatown, like. And then I'll release this entire project as an Ableton template at the end of the month for free. Check the link in the channel description for the download to the existing free Ableton Live templates. Here we go. 3, 4. I have a feeling we need more flute over there. Like this. Sorry, I'm going to hear this one second. That's quite cool. Let's take it forward in time. So I will play it back now, I promise. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, nice pad. My word, is it the 90s? Yes, it is. It's sounding a lot better. Now comes the house loop. This is ridiculous. Every 8 bars something happens. Nah, this isn't gonna work. I need this. Hey, what's up, Victor? Thanks, dude. This is nice. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming by. I'm making game music. Hopefully someone uses this in their game. You know, like total Street Fighter vibes. What's your story? Are you an Ableton producer? Are you a music head? What brings you here today? And here comes the big kind of... We should need a riser in here. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's reuse this sample yet again, because it's the 90s and we've only got one flute sample. Okay, and then we definitely need to bring back this entire sequence here, which is the 90s sounding loop. Yeah, just drop it straight back in there. Don't even mess around. Yeah, I'm enjoying making these loops. I'm kind of putting a lot of effort into releasing Ableton Live templates for the community. You know, like. this is supposed to be the kind of outro, so we don't really want everything playing here. Okay, so how to end it is also always a big deal. You've got to kind of not let it just fade away. Like, you want to punch, like as you end, you want the end to be like punchy. So let's just figure out what we're doing here. This break over here, we've got percussion ethnic. I'm just going to reuse this over here. Okay, that's it's a little disjointed. We need to figure out what to do properly, so we can do. There we go. Cool. That's cool. I'm going for a very obvious sound here, which is that, you know, the Oriental sort of crash cymbal, and, you know, the dojo packed with roosters and people bedding. You know, that scene in a movie. We've seen it in a million times. That's kind of what I'm going for here. But the caveat is that I've got to do it all with onboard Ableton instruments. So I can't use like external VSTs and all that because the projects that I deliver are always like portable. They're self-contained. They contain all the samples and the instruments that you need, so you can just open it up, easy to use, open it up, and you should get the exact sound that I'm working from. No missing samples. That's the one limitation. The other is time. I release about 10 of these tracks a month. At least I'm working on you know, releasing 10 this month, and so between those two, I'm always like, I've only got an hour a day, I've got to fly through it, but it's fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, bam, 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 bam. Now I want like 4 arms, so I can like goro someone in the face, like grab them by the neck, just gut punch them repeatedly, like, or do one of those like dull seam cuts, like uppercuts, where it's like 7 hits in. That's the power I'm aiming for. I really should have grown up by now. Let's kill the snare for this part. Okay, snare. Snareissimo, please show your automation. Show your automation! Oh man, I'd kill to have the Mortal Kombat voice. Okay, we do need a... good. We got the energy, that's for sure. Now I just want to kind of make it a bit nuanced. Okay. This is a challenge now. Consonance versus dissonance. That's a fancy way of saying how much of the jazz vibe do I bring to this, because I don't really want to turn it into a melodic thing or a harmonic thing. This is a rhythmic piece, so it's got to be simple. The harmony's got to be simple, but this kind of... Let's try with the sustain pedal. I've got it at my foot. I've got to find it. Harmonic progression, maybe on the offbeats. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna go for it. Who cares? Let's go. That was a C minor 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Caught me napping. Let's try it again. With a click on, and here we go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 2, 2, and 1, 2. Yeah, just a little outro part with this kind of... nice little high part there. Alright, I think it recorded the record echo device. Oh no. The MIDI clip should have some hold pedal automation. There it is. And this is where I'm using my foot to record. So let's give it a listen. This is the build-up. It's quite cool. It's like a time bomb. Yeah, I don't think guitar is going to work too well in this. Maybe just one layer, like a quick stab of some kind. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 2. This pad must not end so soon. I don't know about this, having doubts about this piano all of a sudden. Okay, also because it's not quantized, let's try quantizing it. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's cool. Let's just try getting rid of the color note, the 7th. Let's get rid of the hold pedal automation. Or just maybe take the level down, eh? It's an option too. At this point we could lower the Jeez, there's a lot to do. Let's kill the hold pedal automation. It's not adding and it's too out of sync with the vibe that I'm trying to create. Let's get rid of these bum notes over here. And then also what we can do is not treat this as an entire 16 bar passage, but just as a 1 bar or 2 bar passage. Loop that up. Excuse me. Loop that up. And then, yeah, quantize all of that. And try it again. Okay, and then just take the velocity of it all to like max. There we go. It's got some background feel to it now, which is nice. Okay, let's just mute that over there. This point over here, we just want to drop it out. 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right, and I also meant to change the location of the beats. Yeah, sorry, the DR220 drums. These things over here, they're kind of in the wrong place. They should be 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4. This is still in the build-up. And one more. 2, 3, 4. Let's add a crash in there. We do want to crash right over here as it drops. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for some reason it doesn't come in on time. Why is that? I think I've lost this first beat by pasting the crash there. I still lost it. I've got to add the beats, I've got to add the toms back in here. I think this is the wrong place for them too. So let's take them out and stick them in right here before the build-up. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and that's it. 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna add the piano only in the second half of this iteration, I think. Just let it come back in with the beat, the bass holding up the lead, and then I can also add the alright, cool, that's about it for today, cats. Wish me luck for reaching this month's deadline. This month's deadline is this track to be finished plus another 5, and I've got to come up with them all basically from scratch. So if you've got any links for 80s music that I should be imitating, like the type of stuff that might be in GTA 6, then please do send that through, or drop a comment if you've got like specific instrumental 80s sounds that sound vintage and dated and can be reproduced using Ableton so that I can give away the pack. If that's something that you're able to do, I'd appreciate your help. Just let me know what artists to look up so I can like listen to them on repeat during the week and annoy the hell out of my family. And otherwise, I'll see you again here tomorrow, 2 p.m. UTC. If you want to noodle around with some Ableton stuff during the week, check the link in the description. I've got some packs in there that I release for free. If you want to support what I'm doing, check out the Patreon. I've got a bunch of stuff, projects that are going to blow your mind, basically, at how much value you're getting for what you pay. Really well put together and good sort of musical take on boogie music and soft solo piano and 90s sitcom themes and all sorts of stuff. Check that out, and appreciate you stopping by. If you did, see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Gonna play out with this track, just give it a listen while we say cheerio. So I'll fatality all for tomorrow. Adios.